Black Compass Media, man. We back again. Salute to everybody tuning in, everybody pulling up, man. Make sure you go like the last interview we did with Remy Ma about the Chrome 23 event, man. It's a really dope interview. And check out the disaster interview. Also, man. Now, before I get we got a very special guest, man. Hey, you already know, but before I get to that, let me get my guy Cola in the bill. Cola, what's up with you?
Man, what it is, Black Compass Media, man. Listen, we got another one of those special shows today. Yeah, dope event just went down. Secret event. We got one of those in the building. Let's get to it, Polo.
Yeah, it's one of the, now. Before we get to that, let me get my guy Tone in here. Tone, what's up, man?
What up, man? Checking in, man. Tone, bro, man. Black Compass Media. Shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all follow us. Black Compass at Black Compass BCM as well. No, this is dope. This is a good follow up from what we've been doing, man. We've been on a nice little run. You know what I mean? In terms of getting the people that y'all want to hear from, asking the questions that y'all want to be asked, and some things that we want to add in there as well. But the brother that we got up here, right? The outspoken, I will say, right? Doesn't shy away from addressing what needs to be addressed in the media. You know, we've been rocking with him since the Club Drum early days, right? We got some early footage from back in the day, you know what I mean? And still being able to do his thing even during the pandemic. Put on great cars last year with the Max Out series. Has a new innovative car, which you guys talked about before. Right now, we get the reverse face-off. I think that's dope. I want to talk about that more.
I've never seen that before.
Never seen that before. Honestly, some of the funniest stuff I've seen, because
I tip my hat off to him on that one. Something I never thought about a reverse face-off. I never thought about that.
So reverse face-off. Shout out to Pearly Gates. Shout out to Lift Your Soul. You know what I mean? You know him. We know him. We got the man himself, Rare Breed Entertainment, RBE. ARP, what up, bro?
Fellas, what's good? Good evening. Everybody's evening for everybody, right?
Yeah, of course.
This virtual shit, you never know where niggas is at. You know what I'm saying? What's up, y'all? Like, and I appreciate that intro. Damn, Tony, it's like you running down history. You saying shit like Pearly Gates. Didn't you judge for one of our cards in drama before?
I did. Absolutely. Jim's Averb. It was that was that
right there. Yeah, Jim's Averb.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of history in RBE, man. And Polo, you know how we rock too. Every time, you know, whether it's on social media, we cross paths, whatever, y'all reach out, I reach out, we always rocking. This might be my first time meeting Cola. What's up, man?
What's good, ARP? But I do got New Year order, ladies and gents, Lift Your Soul. I got a lot of cards on this wall, ARP.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Oh, we on the wall? We on the wall?
Yeah, on the wall.
Section here, man.
My God. Thank you. I appreciate that. And shout out to the entire Black Compass Media too. There's more of y'all too, right? It's not just y'all three.
It's two more members, but you know they like to do the radio kind of behind the scene thing, you know what I mean, for right now. So
man Posey, shout out to Driz and Pose, you know what I mean? It's all love, of course. Now ARP, let's I mean we always start this off with how are you doing? How's ARP doing before we get there? Because we like to check the temperature and all that. You know what I'm saying? So
what's this? Some Ben Simmons shit?
Nah, I gotta see, because I want to, you know, we start with ISO, we end with the ISO. Tell the fans how, you know, how's everything?
No disrespect. I don't want nobody to take that the wrong way. I'm tearing up on the low. Like times have changed, and mental health is a sensitive topic. I don't want nobody to take that the wrong way. It's just I've never come on an interview like that with y'all before. It was like, yo, let's make sure you're all right. You know what I'm saying? You're happy this shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, listen. I promise y'all, real shit. I will hope that y'all believe the words I'm about to say. I'm so disconnected from battle rap when it comes to my regular life, or when I'm not in promo or event mode. I hope that y'all would know that if I wasn't doing well, I would not be in no battle rap interview. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all, man.
Now, you know what I mean? Before we talk about the obvious, I do want to talk about the actual card, and I want to actually get into, like, how did you go about booking that, and what was the idea behind the reverse face-off? Because that was fire.
Yeah, I feel like everything that loans itself to the name or straight to it is just about theming, you know. And like I said with Tony earlier, if you look at our cards, if you look at us over the years, we've tried to pull our weight in terms of creativity. Cards like our first one, New Year Order, that you know what I'm saying, was mentioned earlier. The concept of that was like pre-Blood, Sweat, and Tears. You know what I'm saying? It was the first card, it was the very first card, first Saturday of the new year. It was the first of January, called New Year Order. And the format of the card, you know, up and comers versus established people like Boom versus Averb, and you know, so forth and so on. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, that's an obvious one. That's probably one of our biggest contributions to the game as far as perspectives of how the tiers are. You know what I'm saying? And you see cards after that that come in a similar format, try to put their spin on it. But, you know, it kind of opened up the game as far as matchups. Starting five, Lift the Soul and Pearly Gates, Social Distance. We put our spin on that, giving the battlers their creative control of their backgrounds, their environment, their presentation of the battle. This is just one of those latest ideas from us. And the flexibility of it probably loans to all the pros, and there's a list of flexibility that we get out of it. But as far as like the theme, when you hear the title Straight to It, the face-offs loan to that, to answer your question, because once again, it's like you don't see any promo, you don't see any interviews, you don't see any lead in, lead up. It's like we fight first and we talk after. So the face-off has to be part of that. Whereas every other Friday event prior to a live stream, we'll be doing an all-out live stream press conference on the channel and all that. All the battlers and media, we didn't do that. So that is part of the Straight to It theme. Even the way that the stream is going to be this Saturday. You know, by the way, rapgrid.com, 5 p.m. Go get your streams going down 5 p.m. Eastern. But even the stream itself loans itself to the theme of Straight to It, because being that we already ran the event, everything gets to get chopped down and presented to the fans in a streamlined fashion now. So the event, the full event, all 7 battles is literally going to stream in less than 2.5 hours. Whereas every league, including RBE, we see how long these typical live events run when there's a live pay-per-view going. You know, you could be on your stream for 8 hours. You know, I'm a victim of that too. It took us an hour just to get Cassidy and Hitman and their entourages on stage, let alone start rapping. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't have to deal with none of that when we do a Straight to It card. Everything really, from the live stream to the face-offs, it loans itself to that type of creative approach that we have.
Okay, that's what's up. I mean, you know, being able to put out content now and continue to do that, I think is dope, right? So I always tip my hat to any league that's been doing this over the last 2 years, because it's been difficult, right? Now when we get to the situation in the interview where you start to talk about sort of booking things and Jag comes up, now that situation seems it seemed like he was doing good on the platform, seemed like everything was going well, and then you guys have a falling out. I don't know if you've seen his response back or whatever on Angry Fan, but it seems like, you know, that situation is tough. You know what I'm saying? Are you finding that you running into that more and more in terms of booking challenges with different rappers, or was that an isolated situation?
It's not a more and more thing. It unfortunately it's just been common for me day one, for every league day one. Everybody deals with it. It's just sometimes it goes public. Sometimes the leagues and the platforms, it's in our best interest to keep it private. Sometimes it's in our best interest to be public about what's happening. Like every league owner deals with it every card, because as we see, even the biggest leagues in the culture, we still deal with that. We still deal with misflights. We still deal with people showing up without their material. We still deal with artists that we book and they don't promote, even if it's in their contract. We still deal with, you know, people just not showing up at all. You know, you'll get a frustrated smack, get on camera like, I ain't eating that, son. He feels like that a lot of events. He just don't put it on camera. I'll get on the camera sometimes. I'm a little bit more vocal of all the platform and the league owners that's out there. I'll voice my shit a little bit more, but it's just very common. It's very consistent. In the interview that you're talking about, I said there's no impact, and to further expand on that, I mean, obviously there's impact. There's a huge impact on RBE, but what I mean by no impact, I really mean for the fans. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And when I mean for the fans, I mean as far as like a traditional card that we roll out and we promote, there's pre-sales. There's tickets that people buy. Like, as soon as we start announcing the card, they say, "Oh, that's my favorite battler. I want to see that matchup. That might be crazy. Or I'll fuck with her. I'll fuck with him." They start buying tickets. They start buying pre-sale pay-per-views. And even if you didn't buy your pre-sale, you could fly into that city, or you could just outright just worry about the reputation of the league. You get up to that day, or you get days before that event, or whatever the case may be. We heard all the stories. Dog ate my homework, all types of shit. And then one of the battles, for whatever reason, is not happening on what's been promoted, what's been publicly put out there.
Right.
And that really hurts the fans. You know what I'm saying? Fans that spent money, it hurts them a lot. You know what I'm saying? So from that perspective, the fans are covered because the fans are not coming out of pocket. So when I'm telling you now on this camera, you got 7 battles going down this Saturday on a live stream, they're already done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by the no impact flexibility. I really mean for the fans.
Yeah,
As far as what the league owners got to deal with, it's still to hell and back to pull these type of things off, and we still got to deal with it. We're still an evolving culture, unfortunately, but we're only as strong as the person next to us. So that's just how it goes.
Now, we can talk further about the interview. In the interview, in the interview that Rosenberg Raw did, he did a follow up interview with Caps. He kind of mentioned that Jag got $3K, you know what I mean, whatever, and he got an $800 deposit. Now, Jag whole thing was that he was booked and he didn't know he was a main event, and that's kind of why he pulled out. Like, that's what I got from the interview. Now, do you have like anything to say towards that?
Or is it? And y'all are getting straight to it too. Y'all want that controversy, huh? So,
nah. We come on.
You know what? Since y'all want the controversy, by the time I'm gonna answer every question you ask, but then I'm gonna return the favor. How about that? So we'll keep it fit.
Yeah, get crazy.
I'm gonna return the favor.
Let's do that.
I can't talk about money. RBE contracts are confidential. Sometimes when people start speaking about money, that kind of gives me the ability to speak on them if I choose to.
Sure.
I did see the artist in question mention ranges of dollar amounts or whatever. I'm choosing not to add any details to the business that was actually conducted.
Right.
And there's a reason for that. And I've already alluded to what those reasons are. Okay. Now, as far, what was the second part of your question? Because I don't want to talk about any money that was in.
Okay, so the money part, we don't got to talk about that. But my main thing was just like, from what I got from the interview was that he didn't know he was a headliner. So I wanted just to ask you, what was he a headliner?
Let me ask those questions in so many different ways because like I'm very, very good at identifying bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm very good at it. And I put on my sheep gear a lot. And sometimes I'll act like I don't know when somebody's playing games or calling me and telling me some bullshit. I'll go through the whole story with them niggas will call me and tell me some of the most outlandish shit. And I'll be on the phone laughing. I'm like, word, oh, that's crazy. And hang up like, what a bitch nigga. You know what I'm saying? so I'm very good at seeing through bullshit. Like here's one of the ways to see a perspective to look through that bullshit as far as battle rap business. If that's a correct perspective to use, allegedly, wouldn't I then be able to pay you less if I decide to have a flyer created and just ask the flyer creator to put your name at the bottom? Can I reverse it then? Because both would have to be true. If it's about how much supposedly you're getting paid because your name is at the top of a flyer, because we're not talking about main event as far as promotion, right? Because the card wasn't promoted. Did anybody see the card promoted leading in?
No.
Did anybody see anything sold leading in?
No.
Nope.
Okay. The day of the event, actually, I did an interview even as the battles were happening. The battles were over when you guys even saw that flyer.
Right.
Is that correct?
100% correct.
It's correct.
Okay. Now we could even talk about even right there, if people is paying attention, like we just proved like 3 different points. Okay. If people's paying attention, but let's still take it to in the building. A typical main event, as far as running an event, you would think that's the headliner. That's what goes last. That's the meat and potatoes, right?
Sure.
I think the last battles of the night was very last battle of the night was Ill Will versus Reed Dollars because Will, he was running a little bit late, and 2 battles before that because we was waiting for Will, he was on his way. Were the 1SK battles. All right. The only presentation of Arsenal versus Jag is a flyer. Okay. So if we're gonna, once again, I'll go back to my first point. If we're gonna make that point, and if we're gonna act like that's not bullshit, then I'm gonna act like I'm gonna remind you that number one, it wasn't a live event. That flyer wasn't out before the battles were even done, right? And I'm gonna say that okay, then the reverse must be true as well. I should be able to choose the placement on a flyer and let that dictate how much somebody gets paid then. So Arsenal, next time I call you, I'm gonna take about $3 grand off of the top, and I'm just gonna put you on the bottom of the flyer, right? Can we work that out, Ars? Please. Right, we got. Let's use our heads. Let's use our heads, because when I watch interviews like that, once again, I can tell when somebody's freestyling. I can tell when somebody's even picking up on some of caption, like, oh yeah, let me go on that because it sounds like
he cooking right now, Polo.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
I could tell, and then it's all foolishness and buffoonery. It makes our culture look bad. It makes the business look bad. It makes himself look bad as an individual. And I'm gonna get to a good thing about that stuff in a second. I also think it looks real bad to have two totally different, 3 or 4 totally, at least the ones that are public. There's private excuses that for some reason were left out, but I won't say them right now for bigger reasons. I'll just talk about what's public that was put out there by dude.
Wow.
I think it's very ironic to use 3 different reasons and saying that all of which independently could have kept you from rapping. Okay? For example, $15,000, this big situation that was life-changing came up.
Right.
So then that would have nothing to do with a flyer placement that wasn't even public until after the event. Right? That wouldn't matter. It would be one or the other. Right?
Correct.
I hear some buffoonery shit like, oh, and then I hear Geechee 100. I never booked Geechee. So if you saw me on Twitter hyping up Geechee versus Hitman, is that what we're going off of? Is that what we're talking about?
Okay.
Is that what we're talking about? Me hyping up Hitman Geechee and being on Twitter saying, yo, Geechee, I got 100 for you. Is that what we're talking about?
Right.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what he was.
That's what.
And then you called around, started checking on main events all of a sudden. Why didn't you check around for those same main events? You've been main event on RBE 3 times. You've all been paid for those 3 main events in the same area. Your 40 cal, your math, and your Arsenal book, and they've all been the same area. So did you call around then asking people what they was getting paid? Let alone pocket watching and a contract and agreement that you signed already negates all of that. So it's like, if I wanted to chop that interview down, it would be one of the worst visuals that you guys ever seen, but I can't. So I allowed everybody else to do it. And I'm glad that even though people may be missing some of the stuff that I'm talking about, they were smart enough to be like, get the fuck out of here. Wow. I watched all the blogs from like the people that responded, and everybody was like, get the fuck out of here. And I was just like, okay, good. We're smart enough to not even force me to talk about this after the big situation that's about to happen. So, more power to do. I hope that he enjoyed trying to put out the flames, but your reputation at this point, or arguing back for tweets or bloggers calling you for interviews, that's not your concern right now. Trust me.
Wow.
Hey, ARP, let me ask you a question though. Not me personally, but the fans. What you say to the fans who say we just see Jag duck KOTD prior to this twice? What Organic and them was going through the same thing. Lush 1 and 2.
I was. Let me answer that first. I could say allegedly. I've literally sat there and watched some of those blogs of this guy explaining why he wasn't, and I know for a fact that he was lying because he called me and told me other reasons why he's pulling out. And on everything in life, I was actually trying to convince him not to fucking dub his battle because it's not good to burn bridges. Right. So, and then to watch a camera and see the stuff that he's saying for why he's pulling out. As a matter of fact, I think Cassidy knows why he pulled out as well. He was having these conversations with people behind the scenes, and I was one of the people trying to talk him into, don't do that. Do your battle. You know what I'm saying? Then I cut on the camera, and we're talking about people that have passed away and everything like that. It's just, that's sad, man. It's just very, very sad to see people conduct themselves like that. And by the way, Arsenal knows way more than you think he knows.
Wait a minute.
Somebody get Arsenal on the phone and ask Arsenal why he was voice DMing Jag yesterday.
Yo,
Yeah,
what?
It could be very, very ugly. And somebody, as far as from a public standpoint, be glad that I'm not putting this
But
out.
that's what I'm saying, ARP. Even with you saying you already knew what was happening, know he was lying, why still book him?
Yeah. And unfortunately, that's me burning myself to a degree. I got to take some responsibility from that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like every platform and every league has been in that situation. It's a very good question. So I'm going to be real about it like I always am. But we've seen people no show RBE and be booked on URL. You've seen people no show on King of the Dot and be booked on Gates of the Garden. You've seen people no show or maybe fuck up on the Riot and work out on URL. Everybody has these different relationships, right? Nobody, no leagues coordinate and stand together and say, this person fucked up. He threw a punch on your stage. He ran off on a bag. He said his house burned down. He said his dog ate his homework or whatever, and he no-showed. He really robbed me, and then we band together. These leagues don't do that. I put that on the table after that situation, that physical confrontation in Drum. Other league owners was throwing it in the trash. Other league owners, some of our biggest league owners in our culture, have interviews saying, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't care what's going on over there. As a matter of fact, the person that threw a punch, that's my brother. I got him now. So that's how I respond to us looking at what happens in other leagues and saying nobody gives a fuck anyway. And when I try to be community based like that, niggas spit it back in my face.
Damn, hold up.
So the best thing I could do is rely on the relationship and the business that I have with the artist.
Right.
Man,
That's
great.
real. That's real.
Quick.
That was real. That was real.
What do you say to the people who's asking, well, ARP, you had a private car. We heard so many dope things, Cicero, Rosenberg, Jay Mills, Big K. Why release that Jag no-showed if it's a private car? Then you could have just put it to the side and highlighted what's going on good about the car. Because this, to a point, ARP, about the car, even though it ain't been released, it's all they talking about instead of the surprises and everything that went on. It's just Jag and this. I see him on everything.
And I hate to drag in examples of people that I no longer have any issues with. But something similar happened with even Averb and Iron Solomon, because when I sign a contract, right, I own that. I own that promotion. Okay. Like I paid for that. There's money out of my pocket to Arsenal and to Jag to promote that battle. Whether you pull some BS or not, I have the right to still publicize that and market that battle. Let alone I have a public position that I need to create to make sure that this narrative is understood both privately, both publicly for my fan base, as well as legally. So I don't want a situation like this where I've done good business with somebody and decide to pull a knife out and do whatever with it. I don't want that to be private. I want people to understand what, and then on top of that, look what you just asked me about other platforms and other leagues, right? Look what you just asked me, right? So technically, kind of what you just alluded to really should help another platform in another league. And I'm not trying to tell other leagues and other platforms what to do. And I'm not trying to stop anybody's money. That's not what I'm insinuating. But what you just asked me actually loans credit to a public situation of somebody taking a stand that, hey, everybody, somebody robbed me and I want y'all to know about it. And you want to know what? I have the right to. That money's not in my pocket right now. I have the right to. You know what I'm saying?
Go back to my point, ARP, when you said they turned back and threw it back in your face. If you stand on an integrity and you doing it, what does it matter if the other league's doing it with you handling that battle rap and seeing him fucking up if that's your stand?
And no, it's true. And like the example that I gave you, not all leagues is going to band together, but of course some do. You don't think there's no league owners that are responding to this? There's some that are happy that they understand it, so they see this. There's even people that might do other types of business that understand, like, you want to know what? Let me be careful now because I see what happened to ARP, somebody that was very helpful to this person. You see what I'm saying? So just because I gave you the example of maybe one or two leagues that really shut me down as far as the community-based shit, that doesn't mean that everybody moves like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a gift and a curse either way you slice it. But I have the right to be public because I paid for it. I'm out money. I still have the right to promote that battle. And I have things that I want to do both privately, publicly for our fan base, as well as legally. So it's tactical and it makes perfect sense for us.
Because I told the fans, I said, y'all act like y'all don't care when it's on different leagues, but how you think the league owner feel who's paying these people his money? He want a good performance. Ain't no, this don't count. No, my money count. In my opinion,
My money always counts. I'm a very humble person financially. Very humble. I don't care whether you think I got $100 in my pocket, $1 in my pocket, 10, whatever you think is in my pocket. I'm humble about whatever the amount is. That's just me as a person. And I've taken so many losses over the years, and I'm not bitching because I choose to be in this industry and I know the nature of this industry. I'm not bitching at all. I do my best to work with people that I think I have good rapport with or have good reputations or I've worked with before. Shit is going to change here and there. Shit might go left here and there. You might have to. It happens to every league and every league owner. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking bitching. I do not want y'all to get the wrong fucking perception of this shit. But at the same time, yeah, I want mines. And I let a lot of shit slide over the years. A lot of shit slide over the years. It's not good for RBE and it's not good for the culture. When I say it's not good for the culture, it's because the culture has never applied repercussions. And that's two reasons why. One reason is because people like me, right? We let this shit happen and we don't do enough about it. We might drop a blog, we might muddy your name up, we might do some interviews, the bloggers might talk about you, but next week there's going to be another topic and nobody's going to care about this anymore. So you know what that means? That means that guy gets to slide back into the shadows. And even if he got a $200 deposit, he's got $200 extra dollars in his pocket that he didn't earn, he had to work for. He didn't sign a contract saying that send me this $200 and I just get to sit over here and do a blog for it. That'll be the reality by next week. You see what I'm saying? So that's people like me fault for not applying any repercussions. The other fault in it, to be honest, is it's actually perpetuated. It's perpetuated. There are even league owners and other battlers that perpetuate bad business. Man, don't do that. We over here. Man, don't take that. Take this. Man, I got more than that. Y'all know the stories. There's evidence behind this shit. Like, come on, like we all know this. This is like
behind
the norm
scenes.
in our
we
the
know.
norm in our culture. This is like the norm, and that's bad that it's the norm. And people like me have to damn near develop thick skin to it. So sooner or later, we have to make sure that these people are spot them, got them, and identified, and then actually followed up on with repercussions. Or else the same shit happens next card. Same shit happens next card. I'd rather be here talking about if Arsenal versus Jaguars a classic. I'd rather be here saying like, yo, it's about time I got Arsenal back to the stage. He was ready to go crazy. He rapped his third round to me about him getting beat up by some fucking faggot ass cops in Mexico while he was out there for the Super Bowl weekend. That was Arsenal's third round. He just put that epic classic shit, real life shit on my channel. I'd rather be rapping about, yo, you know what? I didn't even get a chance to tear at Jag. Talking about why he got Arsenal when he just got killed by ill will. You want to know what? We gave him Arsenal. We hopped out a bush on y'all on some secret event shit. And guess what? It was crazy. He got back to the same Jag that was in a small room versus Matt. I'd rather be talking about that
story. You would have rather told that story.
I'd rather be telling that story. You think the only thing I lost, if you don't worry about nothing else, if the only thing you want to think about is money, you think the only thing I lost money-wise is Jag's deposit? Can anybody raise their hand and tell me how much Arsenal's deposit is? Especially if he was booked for a multi situation or I repaid him to hold off because I took too long to get back to him with the nobody knows the business behind the scenes or the flights and the hotels or the fact that this stream was supposed to be $50 and now it's on sale for $30 now this weekend. Who's gonna give me all that money? Who's paying me back that?
We got 800 plus in here, man. Drop the likes, man.
Here, bro.
Hit the likes.
They here.
800 plus. Hit the likes, everybody.
Wow.
Damn. Okay. So let me ask you a question. Do you think it's a way that even though leagues don't get along, you think it's a way that y'all could come to some type of union where y'all can stop this from happening, even if y'all don't get along?
To answer the union, the union is never. But I think if we all still apply the same principles, you don't have to get along. You don't have to work together to still be everybody moving in the same direction. For example, if we all had similar principles and integrity and business posture of saying we don't book thieves, right? Nobody would be running off on deposits. Nobody. Because what can happen with a lot of battlers, we can hear a story of this battle right here 2 weeks ago or last week or whatever, stole from this league, whether it was a big league or some small league, and he thought it was going to get swept under the rug. And then here comes RBE and books him, or URL, or King of the Dot, and books him and gives him an even bigger bag.
Right.
And he just walks away with it. You know what I'm saying? Just gets away with it. It just becomes money in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? So if league or league owners, if they agree to themselves, they don't even have to be together. Like, I don't fuck with thieves. Like, that's a personal thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a thing like about burglars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I got a real despise towards burglary. There's a lot of other things I despise and I hate as well. But the thing about burglary, I feel like if you out there grinding, and even if it's some type of petty crime, I'm not a criminal and I don't support crime. I think if you work hard and you deserve it, it should be kept in your pocket or your bank account. But I'd rather see a thief that runs up on somebody with a mask and says, lay down and take their wallet and run off, opposed to a burglar. I just got a thing about burglary. I just feel like it's real cowardly. You know what I'm saying? Now, if that's my principles, right? And I say, I don't fuck with burglars. And if somebody else says, I don't fuck with burglars, and I hear that he was in King of the Dot's house stealing fucking silverware out the kitchen, why the fuck would I book him when that's my principles? That's my morals. I don't fuck with burglars.
Right.
The same thing is supposed to go for thieves. Like, thievery is supposed to be a petty crime. And like I said, I don't respect no crime. But you know damn well there's certain crimes in this world that if you pull them, we'll look at you like, all right, it's all good. It's acceptable. That's hood shit. We came up like that. There's other crimes that you can pull. Niggas be like, nah, you ain't part of my clique. True or false?
That's a fact. That's just a fact.
Nah, you talking.
Okay. So a crime that, if you're a businessman, a crime that you're supposed to have within those ethics is thievery. Want to know why? Because you're running a business and you're signing paperwork. So something that you're automatically supposed to be against is thievery. Yet we bounce these people around with no repercussions between the leagues, knowing what they've done in other places. And I'm to blame for some of that too. But I wonder if everybody else would still stand up and take the same fucking just due. Probably not. So that's why I say you ain't gonna get no union, but at best, maybe you get motherfuckers at least following the same principles and morals, if you're lucky.
Hey.
Wow. Damn. 875 in the chat. Make sure y'all subscribe. All the information
out to the chat
about
the chat going crazy. They doing a lot. They going crazy.
Let me switch directions now. Let me switch directions now. I hope we have fun.
Yeah, I think you 30 minutes. He 30 for 30 minutes. He answered it clearly, y'all. So
yeah,
the Jag situation.
I hope so. And this Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern, rapgrid.com, straight to it theme, less than 2.5 hours, all 7 battles. So since y'all want to take me up to the frustrated level, all right. let me ask y'all a question now, a controversial question.
Oh.
So prior to me, I think it was Polo that DM'd me. You know, like literally, every people bounce around. You guys put them flyers out. Like he'll be putting all types of shit together. Should be DM, text message, or whatever. And niggas like, yo, you know that's Gun Titles Media, right? So before I go any further, is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Midnight Madness. I don't know if you were aware. Yo, Coley, your mic.
I didn't say anything about that yet. Hold on.
No, I'm saying I'm explaining what it.
Polo is Gun Titles Media. Tone not part of no media. Part of Midnight Madness.
Yeah, but for Midnight Madness, I think people. Yeah, Midnight Madness. Every media team is like assigned to like a group or whatever the case be for Midnight Madness. So for Midnight Madness, yeah, we are Gun Titles.
You'll see like CC with GTA. I think Rita's GTA. You know what I'm saying? Like you got different.
So Tony and Polo is Gun Titles Media.
No,
me and Cola.
So if they do like a
Cola
Spaces
Cola and Polo is Gun Titles Media.
Exactly.
Yeah, if they do like anything, Midnight
Madness. I'm keeping it right with you, ARP. I'm Gun Titles, period.
But period. I ain't gonna lie. What we doing right now? What's up?
Even better. Even better that you said that.
Ain't got nothing to do with what you and my brother got going on between two men. We can talk about that.
Yeah, what's up, man?
That's
What's
right.
up?
That's a little-
Let's get to it. What you
Nah,
want
but
to
I'm
do?
not.
That's a
But
little. That's a little.
ARP,
That's
I'm not in none of that.
Yo, Cola. That's a little guilty conscience-y, like.
No, I'm saying whatever y'all got going on between y'all, I'm here to do my job, ARP. I'm just here to do my
So,
job. I ain't here to butt in nobody's business.
Okay. So, may I ask about that job? So, I just want to establish who Gun Title Media was first.
Okay.
Cola, you actually, jumped past that and said you are Gun Titles, period.
That's a fact.
Okay. So, prior to that, now I want to put you in the real nigga hot seat for a second,
Wait a minute.
Cola.
Let me do this.
Okay. Now, when I came on, like, you showed love, and I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
You said like the cards, like all the way back to our very first card in 2014, New Year order, you got on your wall and everything. So first of all, I already told you I appreciate that. But I'm curious, like if you sit next to somebody that talks completely opposite of the flowers that you could give me, do you agree with that? Do you? So when the face of Gun Titles to me is Sue Surf, my little nephew. Okay. So when you sit next to him, whether it be in spaces or something like that, and he's going off about our legacy or saying we ain't shit in so many words, what's your position on that? Meanwhile, you have RBE flyers and cards on your wall. How do you feel about him saying it? So obviously you disagree with him.
No, I'm going to tell you my point. Now, this is what I say.
But before you go, can I just get that real answer? Do you agree with him or disagree with him when he's basically saying RBE ain't shit?
I don't agree.
Okay. Have you ever told him that? Told him that?
We told him that. We've said it in spaces plenty of times. Like when they call RBE KFC, we said it in spaces.
Let me tell you this though, ARP.
I'm here.
And I mean no disrespect by this. In media, like I say, in battle rap, that's between you and him. But if y'all was fighting in the bar, we beating your ass, ARP. That's what I'm just keeping it 100. Like,
Careful.
Nah, that's my friend outside of battle rap.
All right. I'm mature enough to accept an analogy.
Yes.
But let's use different analogies. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have to make anybody have the thoughts of physical confrontations. We don't have to have anybody have those thoughts.
Listen, I apologize if it came off like that. I was just trying to make it make more sense. Like when it comes to words between two men, that's between. I'm not doing no. Let me jump in to be on the side. It's battle rap. I'm a battle rap fan first. So at the end of the day, I'm a fan of you, Bullpen, KOTD, Grind Time. I'm a battle rap fan, period. But that is my friend. So when it comes to battle rap, that's battle rap shit you and him doing. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
So here's the thing. It is battle rap to me. Of course, there's a little animosity that's mixed in there, as we see. There's some of it that's tied to business and competition. So there's some personal feelings in it. To me, is obvious. But for the most part, at least in front of the fans, we've kept it battle rap for the most part.
Yes.
But my thing is, Cola, when you say that's my friend, right? I ain't never let a friend ramble off about some shit that ain't accurate or ain't true.
That's how he feel though, ARP. When I get when it's my chance to address it, I address it. When I talk about RB, I talk about RB how I want to talk about RB, not because that's my friend and he feel how he feel. He still got his own moral, how he look at things as well as me. So that's just one thing that was important to me that I'm glad that I was able to hear, you know what I'm saying, is you say that you disagree with that sentiment. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I
asked whoever Gun Titles Media was,
yeah,
if they agree or if they believe the things that he be saying, because at the end of the day, when I come on Black Compass Media, it's to support each other.
Right.
So when I'm not here, if there's a million spaces going on and people are in a group with somebody else that wants to trash my company, and I obviously got thick skin to it, right? I would have flew off the fucking hinge if I felt a different way towards it. But at the same time, if I'm going to sit now in a room with you, I wouldn't be real to ask you, how do you feel about RBE? And you answered that. So, okay, cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's his feelings. He feel how he feel.
And that's
What?
sort of a bigger point though, because I've seen you make comments like that about or media. I've seen other people make these comments about media and stuff like that. Yeah, we have friends outside of the, I spoke to Jay today. I had a great conversation with him. That's my man's. I could talk to him. You feel me? But that don't hinder me from doing my job if you get 3-0. It's a different thing. Like, I think people think that because you cool with somebody, you can't tell them the truth. I'm tougher on my friends. What? Let one of my the homies that I got in battle rap.
We just had listen, man.
Like for example, like for example,
one of the biggest A-Verb versus Easy arguments on Spaces. Me and Surf just had one of the biggest disagreements about A-Verb versus Easy on Spaces.
I could believe it. I could believe it. I don't tell people how to move his man. I don't tell people how to move his friends. And I haven't listened in on a lot of this stuff with my own ears, so I can't really, over criticize or point anything. That's why I start out by asking questions.
Yeah,
I asked questions. I didn't make statements. But in general, opinions is one thing, and everybody can have one, especially if it's in the form of battle rap. Salute. Hopefully, it all turns into entertainment and we can have fun with it. But lies, I don't stand next to no man that can tell a lie, and I sit there and know it's a lie and not confront it. That's me.
What's the lie? Like what is it you said that what's the lie that you said?
Yeah,
what's the lie?
That's
let me
his
be. Let me. No. I'm not talking about like league rank and shit. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I know Kid No Surf do nothing with me. I'll fucking know that. I don't give no fucks about that. His rankings or nothing like that. But I'll DM you. I'll find you on Twitter. I'll DM you lies. And I'm just curious of like how friends move around each other if I'm in similar spaces as them. If lies are being told. Let me ask you this. Because not to cut you off, because I felt like that was even the context of now I'm not saying me and Cole is friends. This is our first time meeting, so salute. But that was almost the context from a principality standpoint, if that's a word, of the argument between Surf and Jackboy to a degree. You just sometimes want to know who you're sitting next to. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're getting money, whether you're friends, or whether you're promoting together.
What you just said, what was key?
What was that?
You're going to DM me something that you have. That means I don't have it, one. And two, y'all ain't friends. Is it a lie if I lie to you and you're not my friend?
Who? No, I don't give a fuck if somebody's the enemy. I don't lie.
But but at the same time, what do I owe you is not knowing you as well.
No, you don't. No. It's not an oath thing. It's a principles thing. And if you notice, listen. I'm showing you, Cola. The difference is if I was walking around with this as if I felt Cola owed me something, I would have came to you before I came on here. But now that I'm here, we're sharing space. Because right now you're functioning.
You and the counterpart. I'm not talking about me and you. I'm talking about
what does he owe me? What does he owe me?
You saying Surf said something where he was lying. You're gonna DM it to me, right?
I want to know now though.
And I said that may be something. Huh?
What were the lies? Oh, go ahead. My bad, Cola. My bad. Go ahead, Cola.
I don't want to turn this into this. I want to break down all of Sue Surf's RBE lies segment.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying.
Activated kinda already. So it's like everybody activated.
I get it.
Yeah.
And that's I'm not really I'm a very solid person, but I'm not a confrontational person like that as far as starting with people.
Yeah.
Now, if I ever come into somebody's place, whether it's their home, they show, they arena, they event, same thing. You come into my shit. If there's any energies, directly or indirectly, it's the responsibility of those two people to question it or ask them or bring it up. You put me in the same room as anybody that I know comes at me or my brand directly or indirectly or friends of. I'm going to be curious. I'm supposed to be. I'm going to be curious. So when I come up here, right, I might say, I know I got a relationship with these guys, but gun titles, hold on, let me make sure I'm not being lying. I'm out here. Yo, Cola, how you feel? Cola, how you feel? And then when I came on, it already dumbed me down a little bit because you showed love and you told me about your wall. So I was like, okay, cool. But if I walk into somebody's crib and I know that, as you say, by definition, his friends calls himself my op, type of nigga do you think I am if I don't spot him and say, yo, what's going on? We good? Everything okay? How you feel? We all right? And then you answered the way you answered, and I appreciated that. And then we're able to move in certain directions based on the things that you say and the things that I say. It's not even like a up or confrontational or that type of situation. It's really still at a battle rap level. But even at a battle rap level, I still want to know who and what I'm around. I still want to know who and what I'm around.
If this was you and him, when we see it, like that, that's why I use that analogy, not trying to use it. That's a different situation. But in this media battle rap thing, he's a battle rapper. He's promoing against whatever you doing or whatever how he feel, just like y'all, whatever y'all would think. That's y'all shit. I'm just here to analyze it. Just like he'll choke in the battle when I say you fucking up, you choking, and he'll win, I'll praise him. I'm gonna do the same thing if RB have a dope card. And if they have a trash card, I'm gonna display my opinion about that. My opinion don't change. ARP, you guys lean, people you work with close. I'm a Cola 100%. I'm gonna speak my mind if you're my friend or not. We don't really lie to my friends. I look at that as back and forth battle rap shit. I don't look at that as really some personal, like it's a side two have to take because it's battle rap shit. That's just me.
So the good thing about this is the things that you're saying is solid. The things that I'm saying is solid. So what's supposed to come from this, the good thing, is supposed to be this is our conversation and understanding of gun titles and Sue Surf and RBE and ARP, et cetera, et cetera. So when we're not in the same place, even though this is virtually over a fucking phone, but this is still the same place, right? It's still man to man because we're both here speaking. When we're not in the same place, the sentiment that we're saying right now, if it's consistent, you are a solid nigga and so am I. Which means that if I'm ever in any type of vicinity or whatever, I'm never supposed to group Cola in any type of way based on what that man's doing because of what you told me here, man to man. And you're supposed to uphold what you're telling me, how you feel about me or mines and my brand, because you separate that from how that man feels, despite him being your friend. So if that's what I've interpreted, then we both leave here and say, solid.
And hold me to that all 10 of my toes.
1,000%.
On the ARP. Facts.
1,000%. 1,000. Likewise.
Like
But going back to the original shit, that's why that was a genuine thank you. I wasn't lying to you when I was asking you about your wall. I wasn't in blog mode or nothing.
Listen, I'm gonna show you. Listen, that's why I say the respect of one respect of one man have don't got to do with another man. ARP.
Sometimes
like
it do.
Y'all
Sometimes
in the realm where y'all are debating, ain't like y'all just have a regular conflict. This is battle rap shit where you a league owner. He's a battle rapper that represents URL. You represent RBE. We know what this shit is. Target, Walmart, however you want to see it. That's business shit. That ain't no. I mean, I really don't fuck with this nigga type shit, and I don't look at it from him when we talk about it like that neither. That's why I don't see like, yeah, we like each other. He's gonna poke just like you're gonna poke back. Y'all gonna poke each other. So I think that's just back and forth bickering. Other than that, I don't look at that shit like that. Now outside of that, it's just different.
I want to segue to Midnight Madness because I want to get your perspective on Midnight Madness, right? And really through the lens of how do you feel about it? Because to me, it's a change in the paradigm. In my opinion, the battlers have essentially taken it into their own hands and said, we can have great cards and we can have these good matchups and then market it back to the leagues. But how do you feel about, Midnight Madness, how it's been put together and what you've seen so far?
Yeah. And right, real quick before I get into that, shameless quick plug. This Saturday going down 5 p.m. Eastern, go to rapgrid.com. And get your live stream for the Straight Tour event. 7 battles going down in less than 2.5 hours. RBE shit. Y'all go support the platform. And you want to know what's so funny, yet ironic to a degree? You can't find a single tweet, a single comment, nothing. This is my first time even saying the initials MM. I've never said anything about Midnight Madness before. Purposely. Purposely.
Why purposely?
Right? Purposely is because the face and the forefront of that platform tears at my platform. Right. But I have, it's so funny when you tie it in. I have different principles than that man, right? So if you notice, I have all the right to pull out any gun I want in the closet and spray everything at that whole system, anything that I hear about it, anything.
Right.
You haven't seen a single nothing from me. Why? Because there's people over there earning money. There's people over there trying to make moves. And that's not my principles and my morals. That's not me. So this is literally the first time I've ever said anything about Midnight Madness. And to answer your question,
right.
From what I've seen, the first event went off. I know how it is when you do your first event, especially if it goes off without a hitch. Like it's like being born. It's like not real shit, no bullshit, no sarcasm. It's like being born.
I do a lot of
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
What? I think we was at
and for the sake of the battlers continue to grow this motherfucker and continuing to push forward in this shit. I hope they continue to all do good work.
Right on.
Just continue to do good work. I think some things were said by some bloggers, like, you know, like nephew, be careful because, you know, and it's actually true because a blogger that said that, he was insinuating that because he spoke to me about that. And I had that conversation with Holla. Me and Holla, when it first started, me and Holla was on the phone. You know what I'm saying? And me and Holla on everything. Call Holla and ask him. I was like, yo, listen, you put up 50, I'll put up 50. Could have walked $100,000 into that situation, but somebody over there don't know how to act. My nephew. So I just shut up, mind my business, and let you tear my shit because I got thick enough skin for it. But I wonder if you would have the skin for me to shoot back. So I left it alone. But in general, good work is good work. And the difference in our principles is I don't know how to hate in the form of a lie. If you do good work, at worst I will do is shut up. At most I will do is keep it real and say good work. I have different principles.
Real. Okay, I got you. Let me pivot back to
hold on. Before you go, Tone, I just want to say
go ahead. I'm sorry, Polo. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. You can ask your question. I just want to say we got almost 1,300 in here. Everybody hit the likes.
Salute.
Subscribe.
Thank you for everybody that's in the chat. Salute to y'all. Salute to y'all.
Salute, man. Make sure y'all go to ARP page, retweet dropping Saturday. Make sure y'all retweet that. Go to this page, show the love. Go ahead, Tone.
Appreciate y'all.
Now there is a guy that's on the straight to it card that, you know, I really want to understand, ARP.
Who that?
When you go ahead and you book Jay Mills versus Big K, right? What, like, have you objectively, have you feel like you've gotten the best out of Jay Mills to be like, all right, you know, we could book this matchup against Big K? Like, what were you, you know, and the battle's already happened. So is this performance actually better than what we've seen since Jay Mills has come back?
So that's a very good media and politically correct way of saying that. You would think from this matchup it's a tall task for Jay Mills, right? Yeah. That's the way I interpret what you just said.
I don't like disrespecting nobody because I
and that's why I say that was a great way. That was a great way to word it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That was very respectful, like the way you worded it. You put me in a spot to answer what you want, but yeah, I mean, like that was very respectful. That was a good one.
Yeah, go ahead.
That was good shit. That was good shit. But I think it's obvious, you know, for me to not gloss over what some of your sentiment is there. Everybody knows, including Mills, he said it in the face-off that Sean performance wasn't it. That's not it. You know what I'm saying? It was a huge battle rap moment because you're talking about fresh off of us bringing Mook back after 4.5 years. This is what some people consider, you know what I'm saying, the logo of battle rap. We brought him back after 4.5 years. Fresh off of that, we brought back another pioneer. We talking Smack DVD shit. Jay Mills.
That's a fact.
Jay Mills. So that moment, I will forever thank Jay. To this day, I'm humble towards him because I say his return, there's not a league in the world that wouldn't have wanted that. To say, I'm bringing Jay Mills back. You know what I'm saying? So out of respect, it wasn't, you know, warm up. Yo, let's go get K-Shine a killer. You know what I'm saying? It didn't go Mills' way, and he knows that. Yeah. And then we went to kind of like a mid-sized room in Music Room Atlanta, and he battled Ines, and he was better. He was better. He was better than Shine, the Shine performance, but it didn't make people say, yo, stop the world. We need some more Mills right now, ARP.
Right.
I get it. And once again, Mills said this on his own in the face-off. This one right here is the best out of the three. I want to hear the feedback. I don't want to overstep nobody because I know that y'all already have y'all perceptions. And if I ever come off like I'm overselling or over promoting, then when I do speak on some shit that I'm saying, yo, this is it, y'all won't know the difference between me keeping it real or trying to market. And I want my integrity first. So what I'm gonna tell y'all though is this is the smallest room that Jay Mills has ever battled in. And he's kind of like Reed. Now, Reed is seasoned. I'm not trying to make that comparison.
Yeah.
But Jay Mills is kind of like Reed in that the smaller the environment, the better his battle. The better his style. Reed, I think Reed said that in the face-off too. So I'm not putting words in these niggas' mouths. That face-off just dropped with him and Ill Will.
Right.
I think Reed is just like Jay Mills. Like the smaller the room, the tougher they are to beat. Reed versus Rum Nitty is much different than Reed versus Mook or Reed versus John John. Same thing with Jay Mills. Like that Jay Mills must have felt solid enough to get right there on that face-off and start arguing, talking about 2-1 either way.
He was in his bag.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for now, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Finish up. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say the last closing out on that sentence was like, now I step back in a spot where, you know, I do have certain rapport and relationships with people where I like to work with people that, you know, try to really hold down RBE and give us their best, give us good performances and good business. So that's one of the reasons Jay Mills and I have stayed on a good rapport and a good accord. But at the same time, Jay Mills does understand the business side, which means that if the fans are saying we don't want to see Jay Mills, how do I give him the bag that he actually wants to rap? Versus if they see this weekend, or even if they don't see this weekend, even if they wait a month or two or whatever before the drop on the tube and they see that and they say, yo, I'm fucking with that. Then they'll let me and Mills know what's up and how they feel, and we'll come right back to the chopping board and figure it out. And I don't even want to sound like that's the formula to booking Mills. That's how it is with a lot of battle rappers. Whether you're a new face, whether your last one wasn't that good, or sometimes you got to have certain situations that you use as a rebound. And then you got to let the fans and the bloggers and the media determine what the next step is that they're willing to support. Right. Which is another reason, not to go back to the first topic, which is another reason why this fucking card was so great for that other guy. Because if we was rolling this out for a month, if we was rolling this out for a month, y'all would have been dragging me. Y'all would have been like, yo, ARP, how dare you give this motherfucker Arsenal, whether it's the top of the flyer or not. and we saw what happened the last time out.
It only makes sense in this format. It only makes sense to do it like this.
Y'all would have dragged me. You know what I'm saying?
We would have done that.
Y'all, and I would have had to go through that type of promo run of trying to convince y'all, give him a chance, give him a chance, give him a chance.
Wow. That's a good point.
That's a fact. Let me ask you. Oh, okay. No, you still going? Oh, the idea to make this private. What was that idea in regards to just making it a card and selling it? What was that idea exactly?
Yeah, it still loans to the fact of the flexibility. So the difference between a card if you sell a card, if it's on public sale, then there's going to be people that's spending their money to it. Remember, I told you like the flexibility of like even that the fans get protected on, right? So the only way that you're not going to be able to protect that and have that type of flexibility of saying, you know what, Jag and Arsenal missed out. Yo, Ars, maybe I can get you a different opponent, you know, within 2 weeks and let you rewrite or something like that, is if it's private. You know what I'm saying? So it just the whole structure of it gets consolidated. The room size, the amount of people that know, transforming it from a publicly advertised event to a secret event. All of that has to go in play to match the theme, the flexibility, and the business model of it. Because, of course, I don't think people are stupid. Like, if I go rent out Believe Music Hall and I start calling the battle rappers and I'm saying, yo, I'm doing Max Out 3, which I didn't tell anybody, by the way. But if I call any battle rapper and I say, yo, I'm about to do Max Out 3 and I got Believe Music Hall, right? Mm-hmm. Some of them are going to try to charge me more. Some of them. But if I call them and say, this is a private event, the only people that's allowed to be there are the battle rappers entourage, RBE, the production crew, and a handful of special invite guests and media and some bloggers. then the business even changes. You know what I'm saying? So you got all these different reasons that come into play, whether I'm negotiating, whether I'm loaning to the flexibility, whether I'm loaning to the new theme or the rollout model. All this shit comes together and it makes it private and it changes the rollout and it changes the money. It changes everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you got to have consistencies in all these different areas when you have an idea like that, or else it's just like, oh yeah, it's private, but I'm selling it. It's, oh no, I'm selling it, but it's got a $5,000 budget, but I put Hitman on it. Like, it's got to be consistent in all these lanes that you're trying to pull off with the original idea.
Right.
So, you know, that's really what it's about.
Let me ask you this as a booker too, because Big K has one of the best resumes in battle rap. Just gonna put that out there, and a lot of that takes place on your platform.
Yeah, he don't really lose.
Like, so I mean, Big K battling Jay Mills is laudable. Doesn't really have to do that. Like, when you go ahead and you book a matchup like that for somebody like Big K, do you feel like he's the top objectively? Do you feel like he's the top gunner on the platform outside of Hitman, who's a legend? And you know,
he's one of them. I mean, if you say it's Rosenberg Raw, I don't argue with you. Me personally, if you say it's Ill Will, I don't argue with you. If you say it's Big K, I don't argue with you. If you say it's Hitman Holla, I don't argue with you. If somebody is more about the initial building blocks and says it's Show Off or it's Jay Murder or it's Oops or it's Jim, I don't argue with you. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how you're really going at it. Are you talking about resume only? If it's resume only, then I think Big K and Ill Will are starting to be at the forefront of how much RBE work they have in.
Right.
Yeah, they're starting to be at the how much RBE work they're having. But then somebody like Holla, who loves to argue them black and white numbers.
You know what he gonna do?
Yeah, you know Holla.
You know what he gonna do?
Like Holla be like,
I think I have $1 million.
To max out, like you know what I'm saying?
What's
the argument? What it depends on, or what stat or what type of criteria are we talking? So
Speaking of Hitman, this battle, man, this is a battle where everybody wants to see, man. Everybody talking about Geechee Gotti versus Hitman. What is the chances of that happening on RBE this year?
Oh, you didn't just say RBE, you said this year.
Yeah.
Two.
I'd say 50-50.
Okay.
I say 50-50. I think they both want to do it. There's been times where they wanted to do it specifically on URL. I think there was parts in negotiation moments where they wanted to do it on RBE. I think there's different card types that it could happen on. There's different negotiations that have and continue to happen. You know, I don't, for lack of better words, because when these type of conversations happen, people would assume that I'm shooting, and I'm not shooting.
Okay.
I tend to not over compete for a battle. Because I don't feel that pressure to have everything or the biggest battles. Do I want them? I'd be lying if every league would love to have Lux and Daylight on their card right now. I don't give a fuck if you only book, I don't care. No league is gonna turn down Lux and Daylight, for example. We all want the big battles because they generate the biggest look. They build your platform, they build your channel, they build your reputation, they build your momentum, they make you the most money, they give you the most viewership. Who doesn't want the big battles? Right. To be honest, you know what I'm saying? But you know, more than half of RBE wasn't even about the big battles. We got all the way up to Pearly Gates Part 1 before people even put us in that bracket. And I say to this day, I say it all the time, I use it because I see the markers in RBE's history. I always remember that when we got to Pearly Gates 1, I never forget that champion interview with Jay Black and Tech 9, rest in peace Tech, where Tech was like, hold up, you got JC versus Illmac, you got Daylight versus Ill Will, you got Old Red versus Big K. He said, ARP, what did you hit the lottery? This feels like Summer Madness. And no, I never forget it. Like, it's probably still on Jay Black and Champion's channel. Shout out to the whole Champion. And right there, that kind of started to come off. Like the fans and the culture was like, oh, we didn't know that you guys could book bigger matches or top tier versus top tier. Like we didn't know that you can do that because you spent so much time showing us gyms and oops and show off and Adi Boom and JC and Mr. Mills and Blood, Sweat, and Tears, where only one person was a top tier, because we did like 3 Blood, Sweat, and Tears cards in a row. Like that became like our lane.
Yeah.
So when we got to Pearly Gates and it had a new title on it and all that type of shit, that was the first time where people was like, oh. But that was like a gift and a curse for us.
Right.
Because now if you go do a smaller card, it's like, oh, we ain't fucking with that. Holla at us when you got Hitman versus Bill Collector locked in.
There
you know what I'm saying? And so it's a gift and a curse.
Yep.
But you know what I'm saying? It's just the nature of the business for us and our legacy. But that's how it go, man.
Yeah. That's interesting that you saying that. And the reason why I'm reacting so much is because I felt I've sensed the paradigm kind of shift, right? The early scrappy RBE, like, yo, we just focus on matchmaking, like making the best matches with the guys. Like, yo, JC is fire. Come over here. We got
my bad for cutting you off. My bad for cutting you off. Here's one for my nephew. Because I see my nephew say, he said, ARP ain't never shoot no fucking battle. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know he called me Weasley. He said, Weasley ain't never shoot no fucking battle or something like that. And it's funny you mentioned JC, you mentioned Gritty. There's a bar that is pretty popular in battle rap. What did JC say to Craig Lamar? They don't care about the shot as long as the form perfect. I don't care about the form.
Yeah, they always criticize the shot. Yeah, they not
that bar right there. Yeah, that entire card, that was the validation series. We did like 5 of those. We did them in a Midtown Manhattan studio that only held up to 50 people. Right, it was our true super small room series, and that card. If you watch that particular card with JC and Craig Lamar, all the battles from that event, including like Bonnie and Aver, that battle, you don't see me on stage. That's the only card I didn't host. Why? Because I shot it. The front camera, I'm standing at the camera, panning the camera back and forth on a tripod, shooting that entire card on my Canon 70D.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That I used to blog on. Now I'm on my cell phone. I don't got time to set all that shit up. but no, I've been in the trenches, nephew. Like I've shot in battles, I've blogged, I've traveled the whole country and out the country to be at that all type. I've judged everything. You know what I'm saying? So going back to that gritty feel, actually the Straight to It card gave us that. Now you still got some of those bigger names. You still got a Reed and Ill Will and a Big K and a J Mills and all. So it's almost a mix now because once again, the fans ain't gonna let us do but so much without them saying, "Nah, you fell off." You know what I'm saying? Like it just is what it is. It's a gift and a curse. I appreciate the culture pushing us up like that, where it's just like, yo, RBE, where's Geechee and Hitman? That's an accomplishment. That says a lot about Rare Breed Entertainment. I actually appreciate I'm humble for shit like that. Just think about it. People are saying the biggest battle on the map right now is Geechee versus Hitman. And I can't do an interview without people asking me if we're booking it.
Right.
So why would people even want to see it here? You see what I'm saying? And that's a testament to the type of work that we've put in and the things that we've pulled off. You know what I mean? But if I don't get that done and I turn around, I'll do a whole card of 1SKs right now, they're going to say, oh, y'all fell off. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't easy to balance this shit, but that's the battle rap culture for you.
Hey, that's how it is.
I think it's just because you kind of got that reputation. Like you give us these, like you'll randomly pop up with like just 2 names that. How the fuck did he do that? How did he get this? Like you just got that. So I think that's probably what it is.
We definitely pulled some of those off, and credit to everybody involved, the rest of the team as well as the battlers. You know, sometimes we've just seen stuff that was hanging out there. And we was like, yo, damn, nobody's getting Arsenal versus QB done. The king of disrespect versus the queen of disrespect. People want to see it. You know, Hitman and Bill Collector's been hanging out there for 5 years, 6 years, like, nope, 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
So we've been lucky to catch some of those, but then there's also some of those that was, like you said, left field, that was just totally like nobody even thought of, and boom, here you go. Like Cassidy, I tell people all the time, Cassidy versus Hitman was an accident. It was an accident. We were trying to have both of them on the same card with different opponents. I was trying to get Cassidy versus Rum Nitty and Hitman versus Brits.
Oh my God.
That's what we were trying to do.
Hold up, man. Hold up.
Nah, it's a true story. It's a true story.
Bro, like what? It was supposed to be Cassidy versus Rum Nitty?
Yeah, so the
Cassidy versus Rum Nitty?
Yeah, the Cassidy and Rum Nitty thing is some of the negotiations with RBE and Rum Nitty wasn't lining up all the way. And that's not to take nothing away from either side. Like that's just a business negotiation. So shout out to Nitty. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I have 1 million for every battle y'all see, there's 10 that don't happen. Like every card construction. So that's not nothing towards his fault or nothing. That's just negotiations.
Right.
Then you go back to Cassidy and it's like, yo, so, and he's like, the way he could talk in the interviews is really how he was negotiating at the time. Like, I don't care who it is, boy, like anybody, boy. Like,
I spoke
the exact same way.
That's really what Cass was on. That's really behind the scenes, private business phone calls, me and him often on the phone the whole week trying to figure it out, waiting. I'm getting back in touch with Nitty and all. And oh boy, I don't care. Call whoever, I don't care, boy. I'm smoke. You know what I'm saying? And then on Holla's side, you know, and Holla has talked about this as well. It was a lot of back and forth with Briz, you know, and in my opinion, and Briz could speak for himself, but in my opinion, I think Briz really, really wanted his return to be against Mook, but it was hard not to entertain Hitman. Like, who don't want to battle Hitman? So, of course, we're going back and forth, and he's 1 foot in at times, 1 foot out, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? So, eventually, it was like Holla and RBE, like, we got to move forward. Right. And then the rest was my idea. You know, I called Holla and Cass, like, yo, what about, you know what I mean? And Cassidy was consistent. I don't give a fuck. And Hitman. And shout out, I can't really do Cass voice, but
that's perfect because he's so easy.
He really talk like ball. He really talk like that.
That was really Cass. Yeah. But and then I called Holla and I was just like, yo, what do you think about Cassie? That nigga said, yo, I never thought, hold on, let me call you right back. So, you know, I guess he thinks about it. He called a few people on his side and he called me back and he's just like, yo, I never did a battle where I felt the names at that level was matched, or possibly even having more fans from outside come in the same battle that I'm in. He's like, that's gonna explode, and I'm just like, what's up? Yeah, negotiate on both sides, get it done, and then you have arguably one of the biggest main events in battle rap history. Man. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, not arguably. Like if I said the biggest, then it would be arguably. But to say one of the, that's a fact. Like the stats prove it. Like the stats, like that's one of the biggest main events in battle rap history. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody as well, the whole Max Out event, everybody, including the headlines, Cassidy and Holla. It wasn't easy to pull off. It wasn't easy to pull off at all.
ARP, when this come out, and now it's 1,000 people in here live. So shout out to all of y'all, man. Make sure y'all subscribe.
Shout out to everybody in the room.
Be in the chat. But bro, when you wake up tomorrow, do you know how many blogs you're gonna see? It could have been Rum Nitty versus Cassidy. That probably.
Yo, what's crazy though is I think a lot of people know that though, but
that's like a. You know,
I didn't know that. I ain't gonna front.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
It's been said publicly a bunch of times.
Yo,
it's been said publicly a bunch of times. Oh, yeah, that's. I always be trying to tell people the story because I get asked that, especially around that time, like, where did Cassidy and Hitman come from? Like. And I tell people all the time is because we wanted to both for the same card. We was trying to get Cassidy over here. We're trying to get Holla over here. And both of them just happened not to work out with those opponents. So we said, since y'all two already, let's go. Right. And that's how the battle. So I've said that a bunch of times, but if people hearing that for the first time, it's all good. I never underestimate, you know, people because we're growing. Every day we get a new subscriber or, you know, somebody might follow me on Twitter, on Instagram. Those are new fans. And I appreciate you, whether you was here from 2013 or whether you met us in 2022. You know, it's already over like a 9-year run. So like, I'll tell any story 1,000 times because I'm just humble like that. It's all good.
let me ask this to Tone. I'll let you wrap it up.
Sure.
What are the chances we get a Briz return this year to RVE, man? A lot of people they
You just
always
put everything on in 2022.
Yeah, we got yeah.
I mean,
You want everything
that
now.
one,
yeah.
that one as well. I guess a valid one would be the same answer, 50-50. I think a lot of people saw Bridges' post after we started rolling out the straight to it shit and it became public. He had a post that says something like, "Oh, word, that's something like that's what we're doing. Okay, let's get straight to it then." So a lot of people, I get the tweets and the DMs and texts and like, "Yo, what is Bridge trying to do volume 2?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'll keep it real. Me and Briz did have to tap in real quick within the last week. I don't put y'all yet to find a lie that I've ever told. Me and Briz did tap in within the last week. Briz is always a text away from me, and I'm always a text away from him.
Yeah.
So said that, I feel like as the fans continue to push for his return, they continue to remind me for it or remind him for it. Like, yo, what's up? Go get on URL or go get on RBE or go get on one. They'll remind him of that and he'll tap in with me or vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you think Briz has never hit me about the Mook battle in the same way I've hit him about the Mook battle? We tap in with each other. And I say all the time, like Cassidy ain't new when it comes to RBE. Me and Cassidy's been talking about booking for like 2 or 3 years before Max Out. And nothing never panned out. The same thing could be for Briz. Me and Briz could be talking about booking for 2 years and it don't pan out. Maybe it pans out in 2022. I don't really chase battles like that. There's shit I would love to get done and I'll put the calls in. You know, I don't got no ego. But if it don't work out, that's part of negotiations. That's part of timing. Maybe it worked next year. Yo, Briz, what we doing? And even if it's not his return, you know, I would love to still get a Briz debut in. It could be his 3rd battle back. I don't care. You know, bringing Briz to the RBE platform, we're going to get him in an RBE matchup that we like, and we're going to present it in one of our card formulas and try to give y'all fans something different. So I'm with it. Briz, what up?
Yeah. Yo, this has actually been really, really good. It's informative. I salute you, bro.
And everything too.
It's because you're more transparent with the fans than any other league owner.
Appreciate that.
No diss to anybody. You're the most transparent, and when it comes to speaking up for your brand and what you got going on and innovating and things like that. So we respect you for that, bro. So
appreciate it.
What I want to do though is I want to give you the ISO, so now you can talk to the people, tell them what you need to tell them, and we're gonna roll up out of here. All right. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, listen, it's your boy ARP. Rare Breed Entertainment is the movement. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ITSARP. Tap in with your boy. Don't forget this weekend, this Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern, is going down a straight to a card. 7 battles going down. Go get yours at rapgrid.com for only $30. 7 battles, and they will all be completing in less than 2.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? We got some shit for y'all on there. Ill Will versus Reed Dollars, Jay Mills versus Big K, Big Cannon versus Gwitty, Chef Trez versus Jay Murder, Rosenberg Raw versus Cicero, the 1SK battles, all types of shit that went down already. You know what I'm saying? And y'all seeing the face-offs roll out on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Go to the RBE YouTube channel right now and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Catch up on the face-off, see what you're missing. This Saturday it's going down. I mean, we're going to keep this shit pushing. As always, the motto is brick by brick. And big salute and shout out to Black Compass Media. As always, thank y'all for having me. And anytime y'all reach out, man, I'm on board because I've always appreciated the support. You know what I'm saying? We've been rocking for a minute now. So,
this one's fire, man. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. And, you know, not for nothing. If you want to, you know, come back to the city at some point this summer, you know, I wouldn't be mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting it, you know, no pressure.
Man, let me tell you something. There's a reason why nobody's doing cards like that.
I know, man. It hurts.
It's very expensive.
Like, I get it. I love Atlanta. But damn. You know,
it's over for New York.
Whether it's Virginia and Houston and Florida and Atlanta, you got Jersey leads going to the south. You got New York leads going to the south and going to the west. And like, there's a reason why nobody's doing New York. So anytime somebody asks me about New York, I'm like, yo, it's not obvious that New York is not good for battle rap, y'all. Like, the fuck?
Let me go look at real estate in Houston, and I'll get back with you, ARP.
Yeah, we here, man. We're going to continue to try to make it work. I mean, we in the live stream era anyway, so I mean, it is what it is. But when we got a Max Out coming, I'm pretty sure a lot of people is going to want to be in attendance. we'll give y'all a good heads up for the people that want to, get their tickets and their flights and all that. So stay on the lookout. But in the meantime, we got y'all. Go get y'all live pay-per-view. Stay in tune, y'all. We here.
No doubt, man. ARP,
Yes,
you
sir.
be good. All right.
Fellas, appreciate
Yes,
y'all.
sir, man. Anytime, man. My God.
Yo, shout out to ARP.
Hold on, Tone. Give me the ISO real quick.
Yes.
Real
Yeah.
quick.
Hold on.
Real quick.
Get
Hold
ISO,
on, real
man.
quick.
Go ahead,
Give me
go
the
ahead.
ISO real quick. Listen,
ISO is
chat.
necessary. Yeah.
Listen, chat. There's a lot of dirty niggas in the chat right now.
Oh,
There's a lot of dirty niggas in the chat right now.
the lights
You gotta
on.
relax. Relax. You gotta relax. I've been talking about Cola the whole fucking interview. Let's relax.
What's going on?
God damn.
What? Man,
the
listen,
fuck?
bro. Listen, man. Listen. Wow.
Polo.
Yo.
God damn.
Over 1,000 people.
I swear to
in
God,
here.
hold on. Go ahead.
The fuck?
Nah, yo, shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe.
Hey,
But
listen.
yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Damn.
Hold on. Hey, Koto, I
Yeah.
swear for God, for you people to say y'all
That
hate
shit
me,
is gonna
I
kill
sing
me.
Listen, we had ARP on here. I sing my name so much, I know y'all love me, G.
Yeah.
I
they
know
love you.
y'all love me.
They love you. Yeah. Wow.
Yo.
I know you niggas got love for Cola. I see my name so fucking much. Listen, and don't get it fucked up. What you mean? You see them butters on that bitch? What you mean, line and J2 cut?
Talk to these niggas.
Mhm.
That bitch buttered up. Yeah, your girl can go swimming on these, nigga. Your girl can go swimming on these, nigga. Yeah. Bruh, nigga. Your bitch can go swimming on here. Hey, and GT, you like an African squirrel. Fuck is you talking about?
Nah,
talking about,
son.
nigga?
Hey,
hold up.
Yeah,
Hold
I'm
up.
bad guy. ARP go.
Hey,
Yeah,
Cola,
what's up?
if you want to, we can get the link up because we still got some time.
Yeah, let's get the link up. Let's get
We can bring the link up.
Let's get the link up.
And we can start, we can start
Bring them
addressing
up.
things.
That's what we doing. Bring them up.
Y'all been
Yeah,
ARP.
come
Yeah, we not ducking nothing. Just like ARP.
Come
Make
on.
sure y'all get that card this weekend too. All the info being but all y'all that got something to say, the link is right there, bro. The link is right there.
Incredible Hulk short smelling ass. Who else had them jokes?
Yo, Amazon Music. Don't type nothing, my nigga. You look like a jinky lawyer with that bald beanie, my nigga. What is that? A thumb on your head? You gotta chill out right now, man. Don't do that. Don't start typing
Hey,
nothing.
your name Pop the One. Pause, first of all.
Whoa.
Your
Wait,
name
what?
Pop the One.
That's not his name.
So Pop the One what? And then you
Pop
got a nigga
the
in here
what?
that stole J2 identity. He talking about he the straight one. No, it's only one J2, nigga. It's only one J2. He like Cola, I'm J2, the straight one.
Hey, yo, Twiz the Wiz Kid. My man, Twiz the Wiz Kid. Why are you that close to the camera, my nigga? I heard of a selfie, but you taking the camera, my nigga. What are you doing? Why you that close?
Hey, Twiz, and if you don't get your con artist films looking ass out, you look just like con artist, boy.
And your mustache nasty, my boy.
Jafar
nasty ass mustache, nigga. Hit ass, nigga.
Boy.
All right, we got the first nigga on here, man. Let's go. We got the first call on here, man. Youngster, what's up?
What's up, fellas? Hey, man, I ain't gonna be here too long. Hey, Cola, you're a superstar, man. That's all that is, Cola.
They love me, sir. They love me, bro.
You're a superstar now, man. You know what I'm talking about? You started from the bottom, now you here. This will come with the fame, baby. But y'all keep doing. I ain't gonna stay here too long. Black Compass approved. I just want to show my love to y'all. Y'all steady doing y'all thing in the culture. Polo, Tony Bro, Cola, Drizzy, all y'all boys, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. I can't wait to see y'all boys again in the H in a few weeks if y'all coming.
Oh yeah, I'm there next week. I'm outside next week. Yes, sir.
Hey, and for all y'all who don't know, Tony Bro really from Houston. He ain't gonna tell y'all that though.
No, yeah, I really am.
Yeah, Tony Bro really from the H.
Yeah.
Nigga said my hat. This hat brand. You better cut it out, boy.
You know that.
Hey man, y'all do your thing, man. You know y'all boys always got my support, bro.
No doubt. We at Prospect Park next week. All right.
Yeah, y'all.
Hey, GT. You steady trying to heat. You got the profile picture of the little girl from Rush Hour with son in your shit. Like, that's not even your picture.
Gentile.
You got the girl from Rush Hour with son.
Gentile.
Your profile. Fuck out of here, boy.
Yo.
Miyagi son in your profile picture. Fuck out of here, boy.
The link is right.
Yeah, what's up? We do this.
Just saying, the link is there.
Y'all forget who y'all talking to.
It's
Y'all
right
talking
there.
to
Y'all talking to niggas who with the shit,
Hey, yo,
bro.
Ant the Man, my nigga. Get your WrestleMania ass sounding ass the fuck up out of
Fuck
here,
out of here.
nigga.
Stinky
Ant
ankle
Man.
ass out of here,
Yo,
boy.
Ant
Ant
the
the Man.
Man.
Out of all the names you pick,
Yo.
you chose to do Ant the Man.
Ant the Man. You look
Nigga
crazy.
got all WWF wrestling draws at his house. Get your stinky ass out of here.
Like what?
Nah,
Right,
you and the number one rule, you got if you gonna come up here, you gotta put on the camera.
gotta turn the camera on.
GT, you gotta turn the camera on, GT. Don't do that.
More weed, bro. We keep big bud, bro. The weed don't run out, bro.
Keep
The
that
weed
camera
don't run out.
on. We
You
ain't
feel
doing
me?
that.
We keep weed, we keep that.
Oh, what? Shepherd, what are you doing? Yo, get the fuck out of here!
From South Central looking at it. Get your guppy.
Man, I'm from France.
Get your pencil head ass.
Yo, you old slap it to
Get
his
your Brillo pad head ass out of here, boy. Yo, look like a shower scrub. Get your sour foam head ass.
Boy, where your comb at, my nigga? Get your goddamn comb.
What is you talking about? That boy came on.
Boy, you better not be smoking in your grandma's house like that. Get your comb.
Come on, bro.
The nigga got a lamp in his room. The nigga ain't even got a ceiling light. Get your
This nigga is being interrogated.
See
why you like a hidden
Boy, don't move forward like that,
Why you
nigga.
like a hidden
Do not
character?
move forward like that, please. Do not. Don't move that afro forward, my nigga. Man,
like,
shit
bro,
just-
you pulled up looking like Chubby Jack's little brother. Bro, and you smoking a cigarette, boy. If you don't get your Newport short smoking ass out here.
Oh, goddamn.
You look like a cigarette. You can hold that motherfucker with 2 fingers.
Boy, just ask that shit with that shit on your head, man. Just ask that.
Like one of Giannis brothers. Nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of here, shoot the jump shot.
Ass out of here, boy.
What? Nah, son.
Yo, listen, man. Salute to everybody, man. Listen, we got QB at 10:30. We here, Black Compass Media. This has been a fire interview, man. Salute.
Go get that straight to it card this weekend. Go watch that. All right. All the information will be in the description box. Follow ARP, follow Rare Breed Entertainment. Shout out to all of the MCs on the card. Follow Black Compass. Don't go nowhere. We back at 10:30. Join the Discord. We up out of here.
Yo, salute, man. Salute everybody, man.